The Devil May Cry anime. What a confusing show. I just finished the anime and I'm conflicted because on one hand I did enjoy it in a funny, light, seasonal anime you watch without any serious expectation sort of way. But before I continue, I just want to say there won't be any story spoilers in the video, so if you want to watch, even if you haven't watched it or finished it, please feel free to. But compared to what the show could have been based on the Devil May Cry games, it just feels like a profound disappointment. Now, again, let me just start with what I enjoyed. It generally had good animation. It did have some CGI that I'm certainly not a fan of, but not the end of the world. I don't mind CGI in the way a lot of anime fans tend to, so no harm, no foul really for me. Dante was a funny, jokey version of himself, which is important because it's a vital part of who Dante is, because it's really easy to have a super overpowered character who just aura farms and takes himself way too seriously, like Sung Ji-nu from Solo Leveling. But they didn't do that. Kept relatively closely to the source material, which is good. Kept Dante funny, loose, which I really appreciate. The antagonist, what a good job. They really fleshed out his character, his arc, his backstory, his rage. His anger felt earned and justified. His motives felt like justice. You could understand why he was doing what he did. He wasn't just, oh, I'm bad because I like bad, or bad because money. No, he had actual motives that felt like they were there for a reason, that felt like they had been explained. Really great job, 10 out of 10 there. Couldn't have asked for more in 8 episodes. Phenomenal job. Before I move on to the stuff I didn't like, I want to say, if you haven't played any Devil May Cry games or watched the 2007 anime or read any manga or comics, I really recommend the show. I have a feeling it's a great introduction to a lot of people to a fantastic series. Now, onto the stuff I didn't enjoy. Dante doesn't feel like himself. It feels like a version of Dante who's quippy and makes jokes in a way that feels forced. And it makes it feel like the creators knew this, because there's this conversation in the final episode when Lady says, your jokes are a weak shit cover. I've seen you in moments when you think no one's looking. But they just threw that in there. There were no moments that made it feel like this was earned. There were no moments where Dante was quiet and solemn in the corner when everyone else was talking and Lady sneaks a peek at him or anything. Nothing like that. There were no moments at all. It felt like someone mentioned this on the last episode script, like, hey, isn't Dante's like whole shtick that he hides himself from the weight he carries because of the loss he feels by carrying his humor as like a shield? And the writers went, oh shit, yeah, forgot about that. Here's a band-aid. This one sentence will fix it. It's like, wait, that's not enough. Come on. There's this phenomenal Reddit post that goes over in a lot more detail about this. I'll link it below if you're interested. It has some phenomenal points. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to take away from the author of that. Great post. Moving on. Again, I don't mind CGI, but full disclosure, there was a decent bit of CGI, like more than I was expecting. As you know, with any Netflix anime, CGI is expected. It's just part of the package. You get it. No problem. But man, they really used that CGI every time they could. Jeez Louise. The final fight. The final fight. It just felt so drawn out. There was a place where they could have left the fight and it felt like a great place to end it. There was a great battle. Both parties talked about their philosophies, why they were doing what they were doing. Great ending. Loved it. Could have just stopped it there. And then there's a phase 2. And it just feels like it came out of nowhere. It was super unnecessary, and the actual ending, totally get that they're setting up for season 2. Putting in a cliffhanger makes people excited for season 2. I'm not against cliffhangers by any stretch of the imagination, okay? Because they work, so, get that bread or whatever, man. But come on, if they're gonna end the show where they did, it needs more time. You need to flesh that out. It's a really important piece. It's not just like we're gonna tease this and then leave it because it's not that important right now. No, that's vitally important. You need to flesh that out right here before to make that feel like that moment has the impact that it should. Come on, you know this. And this is not like something I'm saying extraordinary. The writers know this because the person who made this also did the Castlevania anime and they did such a phenomenal job there. So I'm just gonna say, like, man, you know better. Do better. That's all I'm saying, okay? Castlevania, like Devil May Cry, has a long storied history. They have a great basis to jump off of and introduce to a lot of fans. Use that. Don't just make your own spin on it. And again, you can adjust stuff. I get it, man. It's your show. You do you. I got no issue with that. But come on, what's there? Use it. That's all. It was just frustrating. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave it there. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing and let me know how you like the anime. I'm really curious. Maybe I'm just the weird one and it turns out it's generally well liked. It has a pretty good IMDb score, I think like 7.7, just shy of 8 out of 10. So like it has a decent score. A lot of people seem to like it. And again, if I had to rate it, I'd probably put it as 7 out of 10 too. So I'm not going to say like it did a horrible job. There's just places where they can improve, and I really hope they do for season 2, because I am excited. I feel like the person who made this made Castlevania, which is a phenomenal anime. I love Castlevania to death. So I feel like they can do a great job. Just more effort, man. You've got it. Alright, that's it. See ya.